Hello and welcome to Joyful Journey podcast. We are JJ, Jackie, and Joanna, and we welcome you. Today's episode will be talking about over complicating. So, are we complicating things? Well, we certainly did. Well, I did this morning, getting ready and moving and switching and changing, and it was like, wow, take a breath and just do it.
And we were talking about complicating our lives. So this morning we took on up what other people have been saying about our backgrounds, the light. And so this morning we normally just go on and record. And this morning we were faffing, going, is this good enough? Is this right? So it's taken us a 10 minutes faffing
Mm.
because we're overcomplicating it, because it's about us doing this, and it's about the message. It's not about what the background is or the situation, or so again, overcomplicating. Where are you overcomplicating your life? Where is your life becoming complicated because you're going around in circles and thinking of all possibilities but actually not doing?
Yes, and also it brings us back to our own truth. So a
Yeah,
question to ask when we're in the situations like that might be, what's true for me?
yeah,
What is really actually going on here? Because very often over complicating, it's a pure distraction. So we're going somewhere, we're doing something, we're creating our life, and we're distracting ourselves from actually creating what we want. And splitting in many directions and many pieces and many energies. So we're gonna walk you through a few tools today to actually come out of it and stop it as soon as we realize that we are complicating stuff.
and again, so with us this morning, we made a decision to stop, think, whose opinion were we taking on?
Mm.
Was it actually ours, or was it someone else's? Or had we been listening and thinking we're wrong in how we're doing or presenting?
Yeah.
And the truth of it is, we weren't worried, but because we heard different things which were helpful, constructive, but then it got into our heads.
Mm.
We both were going,
Yeah.
does this look right?
And does it really actually matter?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
at the end of it, it doesn't. We don't give a damn. So yeah,
Yeah,
we just sat down and said, okay, let's do it.
yeah. But
We all.
we do love criticism, because we do learn from it as
Mm.
well. So again, we never say no to criticism or people's comments, because then we can learn. If it feels right to us, we can learn from it and grow from it. But as I said, it really is all about what you perceive is right.
Yes.
So one of the other things is by constantly being in your head, is that, as Jana said, it's a distraction. When you overcomplicate things, it's a distraction. You're not moving forward with your purpose because you're being distracted by the overcomplicated thoughts. And I know for me personally, I really suffer from this. And I would say, as I got older, I overthink things more and more, because there is fear behind it. So I feel that there's fear behind. If I make a decision, then there's always, is it right? Is it going to be good? So again, that's why I tend to overcomplicate things, because it stops me taking action.
Yes, and we spoke about questions already as
Yeah,
a tool of access consciousness, but we tend to ask questions that make us even more confused.
yeah,
So instead of asking, is it right or is it wrong or whatever it is, could we ask, what would happen if I choose this? What would feel it rather than think about it? Because when we start thinking, we basically are not present. We are either in the past trying to understand the pattern that when we've done this in the past, then it's provided a certain solution or certain outcome, or we are in the future most likely thinking, oh, if I do this, then this is gonna happen and this is trouble, so I don't want it. So that how do I come out of it? And the whole circle and the story begins, because this is really a storytelling.
Yeah.
And we want to come out of stories and be in here now with ourselves and really what we want, what's true for us, and what feels right by us. So basically following our gut, following our heart, rather than just the head and the guessing game.
And it's so true about look at your internal compass. What is right for you. Look at what is your true north. I always love the image of a compass. I don't know what it is about a compass. I love it.
Mm.
But it really is, find your true north, and find what's right for you. And the thing about overcomplicating is we do it without even thinking. Our mind is processing at such a fast rate. We have how many, is it billions of thoughts
Mm.
a day? So we're not even aware of how many thoughts we're even thinking,
Yeah,
because
and
it's
lots
just
of them are
happening.
subconscious, just on the
Yeah,
autopilot. Yeah.
yeah. So what would you suggest, Joanna? Because obviously we're here to give some guidance. What would you do when you're on that treadmill of overthinking? What would be one of the quickest ways to recenter and go to your true north?
So the quickest one and the simplest one that we forget, I think, is to begin with breathing,
Yeah.
because we have to stop. Basically, once we're aware that we go, 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 and doing or thinking, Access have a really funny saying. They say, when you're thinking, you're thinking. And somehow it's true, when we get lost in that pattern, and just think that we are our head is really limiting. So
Yeah,
by stopping, actually, like we did, just a
yeah,
stop action and take a breath and focus on a longer out breath, because the out breath brings the diaphragm up and it moves everything up, and then um, it's resetting or stimulating the vagus nerve. So we're already on the nervous system level getting a message to actually, stop, relax, not fight and flight, not running. So nice deep breaths, or the breath box, or whatever works for you, but just stop and acknowledge that I'm here, I'm now, I'm not just my head, I'm not just my body. So then that would be grounding, which we can use possibly other grounding techniques if you want to share anything, Jackie.
yeah. And I'm just going to go back to the breath aspect. One of my greatest difficulties, I breathe from the chest.
Mm.
So it's so important to breathe from the belly,
Yeah.
because most people, we've forgotten how to breathe. I know it sounds really bizarre, but most people don't breathe. They breathe from the upper chest. So for me, a good way is to practice breathing from the belly is to lie on the floor and
Mm-hmm.
actually feel your belly going up and down,
Mm.
because it brings, I did struggle with this. I used to have to, I'm not breathing properly. And I know for me it was quite difficult. So does that resonate with you, Joanna?
Yeah, that's a really good tip, because I didn't know that technique, and it is true and it's important. That's why I mentioned the diaphragm, but
Yeah,
assuming that we are breathing from belly, that's when we get that movement, and that's when we
yeah.
get that reset almost. So yeah, that's perfect. Thank you, Jackie.
Yeah, no. As I said, it was. I can remember on a pranic healing course. They're going, Jackie, breathe from the belly. I'm going, I am. They're going, no, you're not. I'm lying on the floor, and they're going, now you get it.
Mhm.
And the other way for me, I would really highly recommend also with the breathing to ground, to go outside in nature. Take 5 minutes away from what you're doing. And again, use the breathing technique, connect to the earth. Imagine roots going down through the soles of your feet to the
Mm.
center of the earth, and bringing that connection of Gaia up through with golden light into your body. And people talk about grounding a lot, but it is, again, it's a recentering. it's taking that moment in the stillness and the calmness to
Yeah.
recenter your thoughts. So again, grounding and breathing is a great technique just to have that moment of just peace, because we live in a world which is full of distractions, full of hectic, moments. So yeah, those are techniques I think are very easy to implement, and it just takes seconds.
Yes, exactly. And then when I'm at it, I would also throw in gratitude,
Oh,
but not
yes.
in a way that we say, oh, just affirm and speak, and affirmations are okay, but they don't mean much if you don't feel them.
Yeah.
We've got to feel it. So that would be a good moment to be, even in the office. Like I was thinking when you were talking about the nature, the grass, or even if we can't go outside, we can
Yeah.
still take a moment, sit down, take a deep breath, a few deep breaths on the belly, and then imagine those roots going
Yeah.
down all the way through to the center of the earth,
Yeah.
and then bringing the energy of for us, bringing the peace, bringing the grounding, even the nourishing energy, whatever we desire.
Yeah.
But
And
then,
again,
yeah,
you're
then it's gratitude would come
yeah.
easily here to just feel with it how blessed we are,
Yeah.
because we do have everything we need, really.
Yeah. And again, I think gratitude is a whole topic we could do,
Mm,
because again, people say do gratitude journals,
mm,
but I feel it's deeper than that. It's not just I'm grateful for this. It's, as you say, connect to the body. What are you grateful for?
mm.
So again, I feel that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, you're absolutely correct, because set the intention. You can be in an office, a high rise. Once you set that intention, you're there.
Yeah.
Again, be very aware that your intentions are very powerful,
Mm.
as are, your words. So, Joanna, we were going to do, Joanna's going to lead us on today an expansion meditation, so that you can bring into your awareness of what it feels like to be expansive and to be part of the universe. Is there anything you'd like to add on the topic of that we're talking about?
So I will do it the way that I'm guided, so maybe
Okay.
just few minutes. But this literally is an idea that we are not just the body, just the
Yeah.
head. We are infinite. So
Yeah.
we're connecting here to the energy of our infinite self and the higher self, or our soul, everything as a
Yeah.
totality. So this can be literally done, same as breathing. This can be done at the same time with the gratitude and all the tools that we shared, literally in seconds.
Yeah.
Once we practice, once we have that intention that you were mentioning, that
Yeah.
that's who we are, that's what we're connecting to, and that's what we be in this very moment when we're grounding ourselves. But for now, we can close our eyes if you want to.
I'm going to join in.
Yes, and
I
just
love
take,
Joanna's meditations.
thank you. And just take that deep breath through your belly and imagine that with every inhale, you bring in light in your body. This shining, warm, and jolly molecules of light. You inhale light and you exhale everything that isn't light. All the tensions, all the worries, all the thoughts, everything that isn't you and that doesn't match your light. It's coming out on the out breath. And allow it to come out through all of you, through your feet, your skin, your breath, and bring in more light in your body, allowing it to fill you up completely and becoming the lightness You are no longer physical now. You are made out of light. And imagine you have and grow those light roots through your feet into the ground, all the way to the center with freedom, comfort, and wildness, if you wish. Your energy spreads as it desires, as deep as wide as you can be, all the way to the core of the earth, where you meet the Mother Earth, holding her crystal light and gifting it to you. And you bring it back through the roots into your body, your legs, your hips, all your organs, your heart, all your chakras, into your head, your brain, nourishing and upgrading. And now that light comes on top of your head and you travel up through the skies, clouds, through the atmosphere of the earth, and up to the universe. Again, taking all the space as a light and shining brighter and bigger and stronger without limits. And you go up and up and up, spreading your energy and your light everywhere. Until you find yourself in a light that is everywhere. Iridescent pearly light of the Creator and all creation, all that is, all that has been, all that will be. And that includes you. So connect to yourself, be with yourself, receive from yourself, and know that you are everything. And that was a longer version.
Thank you, Joanna. That was absolutely beautiful. And obviously, meditation in the stillness, you find the answers, and if you find it difficult to meditate, because again, I struggle with blocking that monkey mind, which is the overcomplication. But keep practicing, practice regularly. It doesn't have to be an hour's meditation. Just begin gradually until you find that peace. And as demonstrated by Joanna, I instantly felt calmer. I felt more relaxed. I could feel the possibilities and the lightness coming in. So thank you, Joanna.
And you know what, this is, like you say, practice, but also our brain gets familiar with certain energies, even on the level of just a neurological level. And so that will come much faster. So
Yeah.
we can, for instance, sit down and we are busy, and that is the most difficult moment to actually do it, but it's also the most necessary moment.
Yes.
So we just be there and we take that deep breath and we imagine the grounding or the roots or however we want to, that this technique can be done instantly. So with the out breath, we imagine ourselves having no barriers and just spreading, just like kilometers and miles and just beyond the space and the limits of anything. So in 1 second, we can be where we went just now.
Yeah.
Imagining and feeling that we are expansive, that we are just without limits.
Yeah, limitless is the
Yeah, that
and
will
freedom.
be, yeah, exactly. So we can connect to it instantly if we practice it and And however we want to do it, it doesn't really matter as long as we find ourselves in that space.
And again, don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, keep it simple and just do it.
Yeah. Because again, even with meditation, sometimes I overcomplicated it. I went, oh, I've got to be here, I've got to be feeling, again, overcomplication. So keep it simple, keep it real, keep whatever it is right for you. Do it the way that's right for you,
Yeah.
not what others. So as I said, Jana's was beautiful. It was short, but you got to the point you needed to be.
Thank you, Jackie. One
Yeah.
thing I would like to add for people that don't necessarily meditate, you can find whatever brings you into that space. It can be a
Yeah.
prayer, it can be, just sitting in the nature, anything really. It can be also change in physiology. What I mean by that, it's a slight exercise where
Oh,
you just
yes.
change basically. Let's say I'm sitting here and I don't feel great here, let's say,
Mm.
imagining busy and complicated and overwhelmed or confused, then we have to change a position to
Yeah.
something else. So even a slight movement, same in the office, if you
Yeah.
can go for a jog, then you
Mm.
just move around and change the energy, basically just flip
Yeah.
the.
And actually, that's quite important because, by shifting your energy by movement, again, it brings more energy in as well. So
Mm,
I think the movement aspect is really important as well. As even we've shifted around today where we're
mm,
sitting to feel
yeah.
better. So again, it can just take moving chairs, moving into another room. All of these methods, they're quite simple and quite quick.
Yeah, and simple things always work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, and no complications. I think we're really drumming that. If it was a tagline, we're doing it well today.
Yes.
They say in songs you got to have, is it a catchphrase?
Yes.
So we're bringing that catchphrase in quite nicely
No
today.
complications.
We should write a song at this point.
So
Well,
enjoy the
Jana,
day.
thank you for today and thank you for the information today. We'll be doing something different next week, but each week we just want to help you bring tools, information that might help your daily life progress in the way you want it to progress.
Yes.
So anything to add, Joanna?
No, just enjoy
Yeah.
simplicity and being you and being where you want to be and have a lovely day. Thank you, Jackie.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.